we've just received a pre-production copy of Ready Steady Worm, our new game set in the world of the Labyrinth. And as you can see, it looks amazing. These beautiful worms, illustrated by Ralph Horsley, are going hell for leather in the dungeon.
The Labyrinth.
The Labyrinth. To win races. So that was the front of the box. This is the back of the box. Looks gorgeous. Got everything that you get in the box. We'll find out what that is in a minute. Yeah, 4 worms enter, 4 worms leave.
Will this camera focus?
But only one can be the winner of this exciting race to the edge. I'm really excited to see this in person. It's so good to see something go from being digital to being... I'm so sorry. I had a big lunch. So we've got...
Classy joke.
We've got a rulebook here, which is full of pictures of worms and rules. Amazing. Oh man, it looks so good.
Man, what wonderful art.
Oh, why thank you. So, we have these boards.
Oh, there's a little,
a little hole.
a little thing hole.
We didn't plan that. The factory just do that. It's amazing.
I mean...
Look, people want to know how these things work, you know? Okay, so we've got our tiles, which will make up our board, and we have our worm tokens, which will tell you which worm you're secretly betting on to win the race in the game. They just pop out really satisfyingly. There's enough, they're not so loose that they just flop around in the box. And there's enough grip to really, oh no. Yeah, so these are your 4 worm colours of your 4 worms. So I think the way this works is that this is kind of the first one that comes off the factory. They do the whole print. They do the whole print run from start to finish of one box. Then they send it to us and they say, "Is this what you want?" And
it better be.
It better be, yeah. It better be, because we've built all the machines to build it. So you punch out all of your things, and then you can throw away the cardboard frame, because you don't need to ever put the tokens back into the cardboard frame.
Thanks, Chris. Real helpful advice there.
So, before we get onto the podium, I'm going to assemble this board, because I'm really excited about the fact that the board is so much bigger than the box. So, we've got 2 sides. We've got the walls, the stone walls, and we've got the hedge maze. And it all fits beautifully together to form.
This is the first time we're doing this in person. So...
Yeah, so if it doesn't fit, you'll never see this video. It will be destroyed. Bam. Into a beautiful donut.
Da, 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 da.
So on the other one, we have like the scrap fields where they meet the junk lady, and the Goblin City, just as 2 themes that you can put down as your board. Oh my goodness, look at that. Oh, so satisfying. And then at the center we have the Goblin King's throne, or if you want, like a Goblin Castle dungeon. And these rotate throughout the game really easily. It's so satisfying to finally kind of be able to... So if I show you some worm miniatures, that's probably what you're here for. So your worms come in 4 colours.
If you hold him close to the board.
Ah, there you go.
The camera's not quite picking up the nice detail. So that's a bit better.
So 4 beautiful coloured worms ready to race.
Hello, hello, hello.
So as you play the game, your worms will move through the labyrinth. However, if you want to mess up the other players, you can rotate the board. Bam. Okay, that's very cool. So we've got our tokens, we've got our board, we've got our miniatures. Obviously you need dice to play the game. And we've got these massive jumbo dice, which are so satisfying to roll, which tell the worms which way they can go. They're beautiful. Okay, can I get into the cards live? Oh.
Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
You can.
I knew I grew those primal claws for a reason. Okay, so this deck of cards here is a bunch of stuff that you'll use in the game. Just cool, quirky mechanics that allow you to move worms. That's not a move worm card. So you bet gems on the worms. There's a bunch of gem cards of more than just one colour. There's gem cards to match each of the worms, which kind of denote which worm you're gambling on. And then there's power cards like Have a Nice Cup of Tea, Hedging, the Goblin King card. This is the one that lets you
rotate the board.
Spin the board. Yeah, and cool feature, there's also an Hello Alexa card, which if you have a Alexa, you can download a free app that expands the game. And when you draw one of these cards, you can just say,
I think, and I might be wrong here, you don't need to download anything. You just say, hello Alexa, and it'll do it. No, sorry, you say Alexa, ready, steady, worm. You don't say hello Alexa. Because that's not the way Alexa works.
Okay, so those are our cards, and they're gorgeous. They're all really satisfying to shuffle, and they're so colourful. I think what I really enjoy about this game is the colour. It's really soft and vibrant and friendly in a way that is super cool. Bear with me. Okay, so the final piece of all of this is when your worms win...
Persistent.
When your worms win, or leave the labyrinth, I was going to say maze, definitely not the same thing. So
you said dungeon and maze.
I have said dungeon and maze, yeah. I'm broadening my vocabularific horizons. With such wonderful words as vocabularific. Real word, look it up.
You're inebriated with the erudition of your verbosity.
So, I'm going to just try and assemble this without using any instructions. That bit goes there. These bits fold up. Then 3 goes at the bottom, because third is...
Third is worst!
Third is worst. Third worm is worst worm. Then 2. This is going together so easily. I am now going to struggle, though, as soon as I've pointed out that... Because, like I said, we haven't actually had a go on a physical... We've had the white copy version, which didn't have any printing on it, but... They've changed the size a bit so that the worms would fit on it better since then. Oh, it's so good! Look at that. So you get a little podium, and then when your worms come out of the labyrinth, they go on the podium. Da, 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 da. It's beautiful. Okay.
Excellent stuff.
So once you have played the game and enjoyed it, as you certainly will, the whole thing just fits neatly back into the box, which is molded for ease of storage. Bam. And then those ones go there. He goes there. A little slot for the podium.
A slot for your worms.
Slot for your worms. Slot there. Tokens going there. That goes there. Chuck your rulebook on top. Easy
Bada
peasy.
bing, bada boom. Bam, 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 bam.
I can't wait to play this.
Let's go do that right now.